everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, and welcome to our September Christmas Stampathon Challenge. And this month we are doing something a bit left of centre. We are playing with all creatures, great and small. So we invite you to make at least 4 cards using one of the amazing animals or creatures that are in our catalogues at the moment. I have chosen to use Penguin Place. We've also just had the release, or just finished, about to finish, our Counting Sheep. We've got badgers, we have donkeys, we have sheep, we have unicorns if you want to do a Christmas unicorn. We even have our hippos and so many more creatures. So grab one out, make a fun Christmas card. As I said, I've used a Penguin Place stamp set with the matching Penguin Builder die. I have used the Playful alphabet dies to make the word joy, the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper, and I've also used some foam adhesive on these letters and just a part of a sentiment from our Great Tidings stamp set. So I am going to show you now how this card comes together. So let's get going. So I already have a little pack that I have put together with all the bits and pieces to make this card. So I have used a couple of, in addition to our Heartwarming Hugs, I have also used, I'll just show you here, our black glitter paper, as well as, I'll just pop it on the back of my hand here, our Snow White Velvet. So this has a really nice soft feeling, exactly how I would imagine the belly of a penguin. So we are going to start with this piece, and out of the Penguin Place stamp set we have his nose. I have that all set up on a block, and I'm going to use our pumpkin pie ink. So in a sec when yes, that's okay, sorry, I had a thought and it was wrong. So I was going to stamp his eyes, but stamping on our Snow White Velvet paper just gives us a lighter effect of ink. So what I decided to do was just take a permanent marker, and I have gone in and just manually, and I'll hold it there for a few seconds to get a nice bold eye, and just like that I have his eyes. So next I'm going to attach the body piece to the whole body. So it's like a middle body and a whole body, and I'll just bring in the punch here so you can see. And I have also, out of pumpkin pie cardstock, punched the feet. So it makes it nice and easy. If I can find the end of my glue dots here, it makes it nice and easy to just mass produce penguins, because I've actually made 12 of these cards. So I'm making number 12 with you today. Okay, whoops. Flying off it goes. And I have already pre-adhered the feet to some glue dots. So in a second they will go on here perfectly. And I do find glue dots or dimensionals grip best to our, and I just want to get this even, or as even as we can on all sides. Now he looks great, and the glue dots grip really, really well to our glitter papers. So now I'm just going to take the feet, and glue dot again grips very well to the velvet paper because they have that bit more texture. It just works. I don't know why, but dimensionals and these just work really well. I think they're a bit grippier. They have a bit more grit. And then, because of course I didn't have them ready, I'm going to take some dimensionals and pop these on the back. Just 2 is all we need. So 1 behind the head and 1 behind the main part of the body. So that is our little penguin friend, a little creature ready to go. So next I am going to bring in my Stamparatus, and we are going to stamp the penguin's reindeer ears, which I often wear at Christmas time. I think I'm not really a Santa hat girl. I'm definitely a reindeer headband kind of girl. So this image in the Penguin Place stamp set really spoke to me. Really spoke to me. So I do have a pre-cut down piece of basic white paper here. I'm going to leave my silica mat in, and I'm going to ink up with some soft suede, the perfect brown for our reindeer ears. Now, if you haven't heard of the Christmas Stampathon challenge before, you can find us over on Facebook under Christmas Stampathon 2021. And we do have a challenge that is released on the 25th of every month, January through to October. We generally leave November for you to start writing and sending your Christmas cards. So I have our sentiment on the reverse side of my Stamparatus plate. Now I have this all pre-lined up, and I am going to take out my deluxe mat here because we are switching from a photopolymer stamp set to one of our cling red rubber stamps. And I just moved that piece of paper, so I want it square into that corner. Pop this down. Now I am going to use, and I am just going to turn this just so you can see what I'm doing, because I don't want the whole sentiment, I just want the sending. So I could use a post-it note to pop over the piece, or I could just, which is what I did on all of my cards, I just very carefully inked up and wiped off any extra ink on the sending, and I did stamp this twice. So I think I've kind of got it down to a fine art. Just need to go down a teensy bit. I'm not quite getting the descender of the G. There we go. Just bring this over, kiss it to the paper, and I have my sending sentiment. So that is all the stamping we're doing for the card. It's nice and easy, and with the Stamparatus I'm making it even easier again. So just let me pop that back on the lid, off to the side. I don't think I have any ink on me. We shall see in a second. So let me just grab the backings off these dimensionals, and because I have pre-lined all of this up, I know my penguin just nests in perfectly, just like that. Now, if you do have any little extra bits of ink, which I just noticed, you can just use a sand eraser to lighten those up. It would have been easier for me to do without the penguin being there, but alas, this is now what we're working with. So just, I rub a lot lightly than going at it full hammer and tongs and sanding the paper away and having a very, very rough surface. So you can see that is a little bit lighter, and there is a tiny bit of texture there, which I can just use my normal eraser end just to smooth out. So I'm happy with that. Now I have taken my Playful alphabet dies and I've taken off the J and the Y. I have adhered some of the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper to a piece of our foam adhesive sheets. Now these sheets are sticky on both sides, so I've stuck down the paper on one side and the other side will be stuck to the card, and I just ran this through my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. As you can see, these dies pop off fairly well. So it die cuts like a dream, no issues at all. And then I'm just going to pick it up from this side so it's a little easier to adhere, and the backing I find just stays in there quite nicely. So I've just placed it, and I'll just make sure that's lined up nicely. Pick up my Y from the other side, and I just visually, because the Y is a little shorter than the J, they are not all the perfect same height, which I think makes them playful and fun. And obviously the O is quite large because the O is our penguin. So that is our main panel done. Now we are just going to adhere it all together. So there is no other dimension to the card except for our implied joy word. Now this is another piece from, I'm right on the end of my glue here, but I am, and would you believe, I checked this was running fine before I came on, and now it is not. I should have left it. Okay, let's see how we're going. Oh, I got a big bit of glue which I'm going to share all over the card. Okay, that's fine. I think that is more than enough glue. So this is another pattern in our Heartwarming Hugs paper. I've actually used 2 patterns within this, so I've made 12 cards. I've used 2 full sheets of the 12 by 12 Designer Series paper, and this is the other. I'll take it out of the protective bag. This is the other pattern that I use, so just a fun snowflake dot kind of pattern. So I have made 6 of each. Okay, so I'm going to make it easier for myself and just pop the glue directly on this backing, and then I can just pop the glue back in the holder. This piece on here, and this has a very small mat, so this glue just gives me a bit of shimmy room and it picks up. Now this is evening evergreen, and it just picks up the evening evergreen in the striped paper, which works perfectly. It is nice to repeat our colours. Tell me in the comments, have you played along this year with the Christmas Stampathon, and what creature or animal do you think you would like to use? Or what do you think will be your best challenge? So just line that up as best we can. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's handmade. And that is our card made. Just a little bit of drying time, and that is ready to go into my 10 other cards, ready to go out in the post. Some will go in October, which is, well, probably maybe October. I'll need to send all my overseas cards to guarantee they'll get there on time. But yeah, to go out closer to Christmas. So head over to our Facebook page, Christmas Stampathon 2021 on Facebook, and you will have until the 24th of October to upload the pictures of your cards. And we get so much great inspiration, and we have great encouragement to everyone. If someone's having a hard time, they'll go, this is a really hard challenge, and everyone will pipe in and offer some suggestions just to help everyone along. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. I will see you next month for our final challenge of 2021. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye.